Who's ready for some boom, baby? Boom! Rise and shine. Even on an overcasty day, even after losing $1,000, your boy Marky Saint is literally waking up this morning. I look at my phone and it's blown the fuck up. ComplexCon has blew my fucking phone the fuck up. Missing all these calls, y'all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. People being entitled, people being demanding, people wanting everything at the last minute. I guess there's a convention in Las Vegas called ComplexCon. I've never heard of it, but they're going crazy. Right now, I got an order for the Bored Ape Club. My buddy does Bored Apes. He actually owns one of the Bored Apes, so he actually know about this. But this is what I wanted to hit. Is my friend didn't even want to help me, and I had to refund a customer that was already ready to print and let me down. And I'm shocked at it. You know, I've known this guy for 30 plus years, and he helped me out just like 3 days ago with $100. And I was like, look, dude, I'm making $1,000. Deal's already ready to go. Everything's been added to the printer. You know what I mean? Like the guy fucking was texting me late last night. So his Friday night, my Saturday morning, we're both up late as fuck and getting these deals done for Chase Bank. I talked about it yesterday. The girl was like, this is for Chase. And I thought she meant like my friend Chase. Like I was so confused. Not Chase Bank. She just said Chase. Name drop in, total entitlement. And then when she didn't get what she wanted, like, well, I gotta go. People start acting like children. And I have to go through this in my head because like even this morning, one of the first numbers was a local number. And you guys can prank call this girl if you want to. 702-978-3511. That's 702-978-3511. Please give this girl a call. She is so fucking crazy. Some bitches are out of their fucking minds, bro. She was like, you called me. I'm like, no, I didn't just pick your number out of thin air. I wanted to call you, bitch. No, you called me and I'm calling you back. Oh, well, I don't need anything now. Thanks, bye. And I'm just like, who the fuck raised you? You know what I'm saying? Who the fuck raised you? And how about my friend that I knew for 30 years where I've seen him fucking pull 20, 30 grand out of his home loan to go pay his dad's hospital bills. And he's got single moms staying at his house with the fucking teenage kid for free. And I just needed $500 to float me for 3 days. And he was acting like I was a junkie trying to pick up cocaine or I was drinking at the bar and didn't pay my tab or I was being irresponsible and I needed a rent money or my car payment. Instead, I literally had the deal lined up. My poor guy spent time sending out the invoices, making the sizing the things properly. What's up, fam? I see you, bro. Sizing everything properly and making them into PDFs. And all they had to do was come in and hit the print button, and it didn't work. I literally have been with Stripe Payment System for, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years. What's up, little Z? I see you. For so long. And they said I was eligible for the instant payout. My payout wasn't going to clear till Tuesday. Here it is on a Saturday, and I needed the money to pay him so he could hit the print button so I could deliver it. I even had a friend that would deliver it for me all the way in Henderson. He's super broke. I would have thrown him gas money, take it to Henderson, all the way to Las Vegas Convention Center. It was a done deal, easy $500 in my pocket. And he wouldn't even float it to me. He told me he didn't feel comfortable. Actually, I can tell you what he fucking said because he's my friend. And he said, and maybe I'm wrong, you know, I'm going to go with this. But this is what I feel like friends do for each other. When they're in a pinch, you can borrow money from a friend. You can lean on a friend. Like I was there for him when he got divorced. I was there when he got lost. He had a girl fucking take all his money, rang up a bill. And then he was like, let me get this straight. Just so I was making sure. I am up. What's up? I said, hey, bro, I got this situation going on. He said, this is not okay. You cannot be putting me in the middle of these transactions like this. I'm already uncomfortable loaning out money, but this is a step too far. And I was like, bro, you're the last person that I try to call. And I was showing him on the computer how I had $2,000 coming in and everything. He said, please reach out to the company running the app. I will not be a middleman to transactions. I'm like, bro, I already called them. I've already been on hold till San Francisco, trying to call. Got to have the code, match the code, representative, match the code. I already called multiple fucking times, bro. Like, you're the last person I wanted to call. If I had the instant payout button, wouldn't even have this conversation. He said, I'm not sending some third party $500+. I said, it's not a third party. It's fucking Digital Insights in Henderson. It's a printing company, and they got a PayPal link. It's not like it gets to be blank, and I'm looking for a Filipino rub and tug over line. He said, I'm not giving someone 500+. If you want us to keep being friends, he put our friendship on the line, you need to stop asking me to do things that make me uncomfortable talking to you. And I was like, it makes you feel uncomfortable helping a friend? Like, literally, you don't think friends do anything like, I don't know, bail people out of jail? Do you think people want to get out of bed to go fucking get somebody out of jail? Hell no. Do you think people want to get out of bed and go pick somebody up from the airport? Hell no. Do you think people want to go help a friend out when does it make them feel uncomfortable when they get a flat tire? Hell yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to say hell no again, but like, hell yeah, it's uncomfortable. You know, like, it's uncomfortable to be friends with people sometimes, you know, having to listen to them go through their divorces, or when his wife left him and only tried to marry him for a green card, or when the other chick fucking stole him and he went off into the army and I couldn't find my friend and I almost hired a private investigator to go find my friend because it was weird that he disappeared. That's what I was going to do. That's my $100. That's how I take care of my friends. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm entitled. Maybe I'm just so needy that I'm blinded by what I need. And I'm like my mom would say, I'm super spoiled, or I've been spoiled. Maybe it's that. But I'm like, I think friends depend on each other. I think friends need to help each other. And I just lost $500 because my friend wouldn't float me $500 for 3 days. 3 fucking days, right? Now I got more orders, but let's just go into this. He says, Mark, all my other friendships are normal. We talk about fun, relaxing things, share our week, and move on. You're my only friend that I get anxiety when you call or text because I don't know if it's going to be a fun talk or you're going to ask me for something that I don't want to do. I should be able to say no to you and respect my boundaries. As soon as he said respect my boundaries, I knew he was being a pussy. Like, as soon as he acted like a woman, boundaries are for women. Men can go poke through boundaries and go, you're a fat ass, you need to go work out, get your shit together. Men can talk to each other straight and be like, yeah, you shouldn't have a single mother in your nice ass home while you're living in a $500,000 house with the swimming pool and a charger for a car, making all this money. And you're like, I don't feel comfortable about it. I'm going to be a miser and hold on to my little purse and my cents and talk about my boundaries. And I was just like, what kind of pussy ass, fag ass, gay ass shit is that, bro? And it just fucking totally incensed me. So I had to go and cancel this order. This is what I sent to him. And tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm right. You guys can vote on it. It's all good. But I said, when someone is drowning, right? When someone is drowning, that's not the time to teach them how to swim. Sometimes people don't need advice. They don't need a lesson. They don't need you to explain how they ended up in the water. They need you to reach out your hand. They need to know someone sees them, that someone cares enough to pull them out first. You can teach later. You can talk about how to stay afloat once they're breathing again. But in the middle of a storm, what they need is compassion, not correction. I'm literally looking at it right now. Because when a person is fighting just to keep their head above water, your empathy might be the only thing that saves them. And I sent that to him and he didn't respond back. And I don't think he has the balls to respond back because he knows he didn't want to help me out. He was just being a fucking dick about it and wanting to hold his $500, then hold our friendship that we've had almost for 3 decades. I've almost known this guy for 30 years. Now, mind you, he's a short dude. He used to have to fight all the girls in our boxing club at UNLV. Like, you kind of get beat up too. And he was my friend. I chose friends that weren't tall, weren't beautiful, and weren't rich. And now all of a sudden he's rich, he's still not tall, and he's still not beautiful, but he's still my friend. And I chose people that were real. You know what I mean? No matter through thick and thin, I just wanted real friends. Like, I didn't have to have the friends that nobody else wanted to sit next to, nobody else wanted to hang out with, everybody else thought was weird. I kept those friends, right? Like, I don't care, I don't judge. This is what real friendships are for. And after 30 years, when it comes back to it, I got people that were willing to watch me burn than to actually watch me earn. And it really fucking bugged me, you guys. I was sitting there just going like, this is some bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, how is this even fucking possible when I'm over here drowning, about to make a deal that was all laced out, everything was ready to go, and this fool was on some no. And I was just like, really? I'm over here fucking doing my damnedest to make deals work. Now, mind you, I just already swiped $1,000 deal the other day. It was no problem. I had money on the way, but it wasn't fast enough, right? You know how it is when you need money now. You, I called 15 other strangers to make it happen, right? I didn't want to call him because he always fucking seems to sweat me for the littlest favors. And then it's like on the other end, it's just like, what are friends for? I got other friends that call and they're like, hey man, I just ain't got it. Or hey, I had a rough week. Or I got to go do something with my daughter. All those things are above board. You answer the phone call. Things happen for a reason. You want what you want, and then you move on. You don't chastise your friends. You don't watch them drown. You don't fucking put them in situations that they can't get themselves through. But I knew he could get through it. I knew he had the money, bro. He literally helped me with $100 the day before, and I didn't want to go to the same well and ask for another favor if I wasn't in a situation that I was drowning, right? Like, the whole time I was just like, oh shit, this ain't gonna fucking work, right? Like, this thing's fucking happening right now. I need help, bro. Like, I was drowning, bro. Like, it was not fun to be in that situation where everybody else is waiting. The girl was even about to swipe again, right? Like, another $500. She's like, I need these prints and for Saturday and Sunday. And she was just like, nah, no, I'm not doing it. And I'm just like, wow, bro, this is what's happening right now. Like, you can't even help me out. You'd rather watch me lose money than to watch me make money and advance myself, to move ahead and everybody's going to be okay. Or you would just go like, nah, bro, I'm okay. I'm not going to do any of that today. Yeah, good luck to you. Blah, 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 blah. And I was just like, wow, bro, like something has really fucking gone wrong when your friends are just going to watch you drown, or they can't even float you for 3 days. Like, what if you were in jail? You know, what if you get divorced again? You're gonna be calling somebody going like, hey, I want to listen to you. I know another friend that's out in Australia that I spoke to for 4 hours to hear her tell her life stories. I haven't spoke to her in 2 years, and she wanted to tell me her life story about how she broke up with her boyfriend and things ain't working out, and I wish they were another way, la da 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 da. This shit really fucking happened. And I'm sitting here going like, bro, I don't want to talk about your ex-boyfriend. I'm not going to be your emotional tampon so that way you can just disappear and leave me with nothing. Same happened with my other friend that I've also known since UNLV days, where she was on some, oh, I fell in love with somebody at work, and I'm like, you shouldn't shit where you eat, and then we got divorced, and I'm in a sexless marriage, and I'm just like listening to this over about 5 different sushi meals, even on a Valentine's Day. And then she goes, oh, you're going to just leave your box here? I gave her all my receipts so she can be my accountant and help me out with my taxes. Mind you, my receipts were already packed up in storage. I took them out to hand to her so she can get them done. Then she was like, oh, I need somebody else to do it. I'm too busy, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. But she wasn't too busy to bleed or cry all over my shoulder, crying about why things ain't working out and why her life sucks and how this guy fucking needed to do whoop-de-whoop. And I was just like, man, ain't this some bullshit? If this is the type of friends that I have, it's one thing to have the customers entitled, right? Like, you called me. And I'm like, no, I called you back. There's a big difference. I don't just pull people out of thin fucking air. You called me. And I was like, you're weird, bro. That was rude as fuck. And people will. They'll be rude as fuck. They'll be entitled as fuck. And I talked about the fucking sweet over salty yesterday. If you want to be fucking salty, people ain't going to be fucking helping you. They don't give a shit about you. They don't want to fucking, all they care about is themselves and feeling powerful, especially on a fucking Saturday night when everybody else has got something fucking going on. You're going to be popping off trying to be like, yeah, what happened with this? What happened with that? Right? Like, I hear it all the time. And I just literally just called these customers back They're calling me, they don't even know it, but they're calling me late at night on a Saturday night trying to get something done where everybody else is closed. They're desperate, but then they're also rude as fuck. I'm like missing a call at 3:19 a.m., 5:28 a.m., 6:51 a.m., 7:30 a.m., and now 9:04 a.m. And that's what ended up happening. So, like, it doesn't matter if you answer the phone on a Saturday night in Vegas when ComplexCon is going on and they're throwing shoes around in the Board 8 Club and Chase Bank and all these things, like a high energy spot. Like, I can feel it by the amount of phone calls that I get. I'm all the way over here in Vietnam, by the way, so I don't even give a shit. But, like, I can feel the difference in the mood and the attitude and what's been going on. And I was just like, this is a lot. This is a lot of energy to be able to have people to be. It's like a complex con. You know what I mean? It's a very complex con that, people are all about it when there's high energy and people throwing around shoes and there's Bored Apes and there's Snoop Dogs and there's Mike Tyson's and now everybody's energy goes up. But it goes to show what you're like, when things don't go your way. When I didn't go my way, I didn't tell him, fuck you, my friend no more. You know what I mean? But he put our friendship on the line. And I was like, really? Like, I thought we were real friends. Because I got friends that'll be like, yo, bro, answer the phone anytime that I call. It's okay to call. It's okay to depend on your friends. At least that's what I think. You're supposed to be there with your friends. You need to make time for your friends. I get by a little help from my friends. But there's people that will be complex. And this will always happen. And I'm just saying, from yesterday till today, those people aren't going to make it. If you're going to stay complex, if you're going to be the type of person that doesn't know how to move ahead, then guess what? Your life will always be dread. You'll always find a way to argue with people. You'll always find a way to be complex. You'll always find a way to find drama. And that's what I woke up to this morning, was some fucking drama. Now, mind you, one of my favorite feelings is just opening up these sheets and just looking outside and looking at the skies and knowing that I can be in my underwear in Vietnam and chilling and making money. And I still made some money and money's on the way, but I lost money, bro. And I lost right on the finish line. And that hurts me the most, that not only did my friendship was on the line, but he wouldn't even let me cross the finish line. It's almost like climbing the Himalayas all the way to Mount Everest, and your friend won't give you a pole or a stick or oxygen. And I'm going to mention this. I was watching just one short on YouTube. There's so many shorts on YouTube. And one of them was with Mike Epps. And he said, none of us is taking it with us. Not one of us. And then not one of us is taking it with us. And he said, as soon as I got that in my head, that all you can do is just give it to other people after you die. The guy, another compliment, that was he was saying, he's like, my whole mentality changed for chasing in this industry in Hollywood and trying to get up the pecking order. He was just like, it ain't gonna matter. The guy said, in two generations, no one's gonna remember you. Think about it. Think about your great grandparents. Do you know their story? Do you even know their names? Right. And they worked their ass off to have kids, that they could have grandkids, and you don't even know about their story. Everything you have, even me in this room, I'm only here for a month, 2 months. It's going to be someone else's room. Everything you own will eventually, the car you're driving right now will be junk metal, scrap metal. It's all brand new. Even though you got a brand new car, it'll eventually be recycled in somebody else's car or used car or a new car to somebody else. What do we call it? New to me car, right? Like, this is the truth. And the house you're living in and the apartment, somebody else is going to be living in it. Yep. Even if you own the house, somebody else is going to be living in it. When you're long fucking gone, it's not going to matter. You can't take it with you, but who's going to be around your grave? This is how I perceive things. Like, if you're helpful to people, they're going to mourn you and be around your grave. One of my goals in life is to have 1,000 people at my grave, that I have helped so many people that they actually come around when I die. If you've been a miser, if you did the fucking, what's the name of the movie when there was Timmy with a Christmas Tale, when you're a ghost from Christmas past, right? When the guy was being what's his name? Lemony Snicket's? I can't remember his name, but you know the movie I'm talking about. And A Christmas Carol. Isn't Christmas Carol? And he is Scrooge. Scrooge. Everybody can be a Scrooge, a miser, somebody just a little too tight with their money, not helpful to their friends, and he didn't have any love in his heart. There were people were trying to invite him over to the dinner so he can see what it's like to have family and a turkey and that energy that comes from being around people that you love and building with a team. If you're always going to play it by yourself, then you're going to be by yourself. Sure, you're on top of Scrooge McDuck and you're doing the fucking DuckTales and you're swimming in the money and you're spitting it out of your mouth, but it's a lonely life. And I've seen that before with Michael Jordan. It was his that movie Air, when they were talking about, he's like, I don't care. I just want to have all the money and I'll eat alone. He sure ate steak alone, but steak don't taste great alone. And you don't want to eat steak with snakes. And over the 3 decades that I proved myself as a friend to this guy, he put it on the line on some, I don't want to talk about it because I might be uncomfortable. Well, shit, bro. Most things that we do, we talk with our friends make us uncomfortable. I don't want to talk about someone's ex-husband because it makes me feel uncomfortable. But he was like, hey, you're one of my friends. You're one of my good friends. And I was like, if we're good friends, when's my birthday? You know what I mean? Like, when's the last time we talked? We haven't talked in 2 years and I'm one of your good friends. No, you needed someone to talk to. And I think you need to talk to a psychologist because I just don't have any empathy for you. Same like my friend didn't have any empathy for me. I needed money, and he just watched me burn. He was just like, look, don't put me in the middle of it. Money makes me feel uncomfortable. But I'm like, but I know your ass. You got a $500,000 home. You take loans out on your home to go help your dad, when he has medical bills. And here I'm only asking you to do is float me for 3 days so I can make some money. I'm not trying to make money at the casino. What if I had a flat tire? What if I need to be picked up from the airport? What if I got arrested? You're going to see who your real friends are real quick. When the chips go down and everything goes down, I had to refund this deal. And now I'm looking at another $1,000 deal. It's a whole nother day. It's a whole nother dollar. But that's what ended up happening. So I kept someone up late last night at the print shop. They came in on their Saturday. They were waiting, saying somebody's going to come in any minute now, any minute now, any minute now. And nobody came. So we literally laced out the whole deal, had the payment, had the artwork ready, even had the delivery driver. And he watched that whole thing burn and just like, would rather watch me not score a touchdown than to give up $500 for our friendship that we know for 3 decades. I feel broken. I feel like I lost a friend. I feel like our friendship's at an end. I'm going to pay him back his $100 and forget him. I don't think we'll ever talk again. He's been in Vegas the whole time. He was talking about moving to Florida, and we've had many conversations over the years. I met his mom. I met his dad, and all that things. And now I'm thinking, yeah, dude, we don't even work out. He lives on the other side, opposite side of Vegas. I was like, it would be dope to work out together. I like working out. You like working out. It's never happened, Everybody else, they go hang out with friends. They go shooting on the weekends or fishing or boating or do some shit together. It's never going to happen. So more than losing $1,000 deal and $500 that I could easily make, I think I just lost a friend that I've known for 3 decades, like literally. And it bums me out because it's a complex con that all of us have these situations where we need somebody in our lives, and we all will. This is what team building's for. You're always going to need somebody, and somebody to lean on me when you're not strong. And this is why they were so mad at the Jews. This is the truth, because they knew that people were hungry in the streets, needing something. Oh, putting it in there again. And then they watched them gather all the gold, gather all the money, and not share. You'll see some people get really angry when they get desperate on some, where's my shit? And why aren't you sharing? And you could build up all you want, your guns, your money, your gold, but eventually the Nazis will come, the ISIS will come, and you're going to need a friend to protect you like the United States. And they're going to be like, yeah, I'm sorry, I just don't feel comfortable. And they'll come knocking all the heads off the Buddha's temples. They'll rape and pillage the land. It's happened time and time again, and you're going to need a friend. So this is why there's Article 5 in NATO. This is why they said if you attack one, you attack all. It's like that. If you're at a fist fight, you better be helping out. You better not be the friend that runs in the opposite direction, because if you're going to see me get my teeth kicked in, and you don't help out, we're not friends. And that's just what I just found out. It's a complex con. Not only is it a convention, but it's a relation. It's my relationships. Like, I have friends that will help me out and be there for me, that I can call any moment in time and be like, yo, this is happening. I need someone to talk to. Like my buddy Miles right down the way here, I called him. He said, man, I'm sorry. He was up at 3 a.m. And he was like, there's nothing I can say to make you feel better. And I'm like, yeah, but just talking to you makes me feel better. And he's like, I know what you're going through. You know, I sold a children's book for $800 and I didn't set the settings right in the payment. And I really needed the money. And $800 was right there in front of me and I couldn't even collect it. And I was like, that's exactly what this situation's like. Man, it's just money that I really needed. While I'm overseas, living in the bee's knees, you know, borrowing money from him so I can eat. You know what I mean? The $100 he sent me paid for this room, but you know, I don't even have $1 to my name. I got $1,000 coming, or I did have $1,000 coming. I got $500 coming, then I'm rich again. But am I rich in friends? And that's what I really ask myself, because I've gotten past my bills. I've gotten past money. I don't give a shit about any of that. What it is the quality of life. And as I look down, this banana leaf finally opened up, you know, I'm going to see who's open to be a friend to me in my life, you know, who's open. They're trying to see who's open for business for ComplexCon. And I'm trying to see who's open so I can get it done, you know. So it's one of those situations where I've tried to pull it out of my hat, rob it out of my hat. I've been there for them, from girls that use them for a green card to single moms that are getting a free ride to single moms that took them for a ride. And now all of a sudden, when it was time on the line to be my friend, he decided not to watch me burn, and I had to refund $1,000 deal that was ready to go this fucking close. So I don't know. It's fucked up. We were doing like 4 different lunches while I went back to America because I wanted to spend time with my friends, just like the other friend. I went and took out sushi, and every time she turned me into an emotional tampon, and she just bled all over me and made it about herself and her bad decisions and this guy that was younger than her, and she got divorced to be with him, and he was just a narcissist and fucking up her mind. Sure, I guess if it bleeds, it leads. You can waste our sushi time on stupid conversation that won't matter in time, or you can be the type of friend that helps a brother out when he needs it, when he's this close to getting a touchdown and almost there, bro. It was right fucking there, and I woke up thinking about it this morning. So it's tough. It's a ComplexCon. The ComplexCon is still going on down there in Las Vegas. If you guys get a chance, the Bored Apes have a 4-hour wait line. I'm literally about to print out these poster boards. Like, they are making people wait 4 hours to get some Bored Ape shoes. Yeah. And then he was complaining about the $1,000 it would be to do it on a motherfucking looking ass Sunday, you know? But yeah, you can wait. Look at this. 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Wait for it. 4 hours in line. Apes only, and the line's closed. Yeah, bro. This line is closed, and that's what I end up having to figure out, is that all friendships come to an end, whether it's borrowed money or it's death or it's a fallout. These things happen. And I was telling that to my friend on Facebook, because her daughter, shout out to Rebel Sunshine, Rebel was brokenhearted because her friend didn't want to be friends with her anymore. Now she's 12, 13 years old now. And that means a lot. You know, it's weird to have a breakup in a friendship. It's even weird to have like your first boyfriend break your heart, right? But I was telling her, tell her that all friendships end. And her mom wanted to go defend her. No, they don't. That's not true. And I said, yes, they don't. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Either they end by like breakups or they end by death. And that's what it is, you know? So you'll have a falling out, people change, they get married or they go to a different country, or life happens, man. And you need to let her know that life happens, and so does death. So the only eventuality that we know for sure is that we will die. But will we live, and will we be of assistance or of service before we die? That's all that matters. And the rest of it, it's going to go bye-bye. Everything else, not your room, not your car, and not even your money. Ain't nobody taking nothing with them. And you can look at the pharaohs all the way in Egypt for that shit. Go ahead, look at Tutankhamun, look at all that gold, look at all those jewels, look at your boy up in I forget the name of the emperor of Xi'an with the terracotta warriors. He built an 8,000 people fucking army with chariots, with horses, had all the people carve them out, individual faces, and they even killed the people that made the clay warriors. So it just goes to show you could be the best craftsman in all of China, they'll still kill your ass, bury you in the hole, and with the product that you built. And that's just what it is. So it's a complex con. Life is not easy. Fo sheezy my kneesy. And this is on my heart from the start. Your boy Marquis Saint. Peace and love. And as always, Chigathon. That means goodbye, but not forever and finish. And I will see you on the other side as soon as you like, share, and subscribe. But the other side of your fear, the other side of your excuses, and the other side of the world, because that's where I am. Peace.